Community Viewpoint with John Pollock and Maria Hurst.
And welcome once again to another Community Viewpoint program. I'm John Pollock, your host for this segment. And as you can see, we have all three of us on the camera. We're just using one camera today. We're going to be talking to Robert Lewis, Director of Planning for Nye County Department of Planning. And this is Cheryl Beeman, a longtime friend of mine. She's a county planner. And they're going to be talking about something that's called the Pahrump Regional Planning District's Master Plan Update 2014. I came in 2013 when we had would that be the original master plan?
2003?
1904.
1994. And then 2003.
All right, I came in for the second one. So we're into the third one. So I'm getting a little long in the tooth over here. So tell us a little bit about what this is compared to what we had before. What are the updates, and what are you doing right now to get this going so we have this in effect rather than the old one?
Well, I'd like Bobby to start off first with, a lot of folks in town just don't know what the purpose of the master plan is, and right. I know Bobby can explain that for us, and I'd like him to lead us off with
Sure.
that.
Well, really, a master plan is a policy document for future development, and Pahrump certainly has seen its level of growth over the last 10 years. I think the last update was in 2004.
Right. Okay.
And so here in 2014, some 10 years later, we're here wanting to update our master plan. And there's a lot of confusion. What is a master plan versus what zoning is?
Yes.
It's not a zoning document. It is a master plan. It's what we want to see our future to be, say in the next 5 years or even beyond that. So what we've done is taken a comprehensive look at our current plan and made it into some realistic ideas of where we want to go in the future. So basically that's what it is.
And you've taken input from who?
Actually, the entire community.
Okay.
We've had several meetings with community groups. Obviously, we have a steering committee, and this was something that was actually mandated by the Board of County Commissioners some 3 years ago. And so we put together a steering committee through the Regional Planning Commission. Mm-hmm. And so from there, we started getting community input. We've had several meetings over the last 3 years. All those meetings actually are on our website, so I invite people to come and look at where we've been and where we are today. But generally speaking, a master plan really is where we want our future to be going forward in the next 5 years and beyond. Okay,
our master plan encompasses what that's going all the way from the county line?
Actually, it's we do have a county-wide master plan. This is just the regional area of Pahrump.
Okay.
And so Pahrump has a boundary, and so this affects the area of Pahrump.
I think we have a nice graphic of that. If we
Sure.
we can get that flashed up, and that will show you the boundaries over to Clark County, and then up north past Johnny, and then of course bordering on the California-Nevada line.
And that's going to be included?
Well, yes, that's.
Okay.
If you can see the boundary there, the
Right.
Dotted lines that show.
Okay. And this is all available for us on the website?
www.nyecounty.net.
Okay.
Go into the planning department and then the master plan.
All right, then we'll have a copy over at the reference area at the library, a public library also, for the folks to observe and look at also. So tell us a little bit more about it, and when would this go in effect, and what has to be done before it's approved or disapproved by the...
Well, right now we're at the Planning Commission level. We actually had a Planning Commission meeting yesterday and went over every element of the plan. And then we're going to have a continued hearing, and that'll be on May 1st. Hopefully at May 1st, then we'll have a recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners, and we're scheduled tentatively to be on May 19th to bring our updated master plan to the board for adoption.
Okay, so that they could approve it then.
They could.
It's a twofold approval process. First approval comes from the planning department.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the Regional Planning Commission.
Yes.
And then they forward their recommendation to the board, who also makes an adoption.
So we've had our input in there already for the citizens of Pahrump, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And it's continuing. You know, we're still, as Bobby pointed out, we're still in the public hearing process, and we are still taking in that public comment.
So we've had some, and we still are open for more. So if you see this, you have some comments, hopefully positive, and you could either call the office at the planning office, or you can go to the website, or you can visit these two lovely people at their office, which is, what's the address there?
250.
250.
North Highway 160.
Right, and it's right next to the
Petrick Park?
Petrick Park, yes.
Right across from Home Depot.
Right across from Home Depot. That's easier that way.
Right.
So tell us a little bit more about it, what's envisioned in it.
One of the biggest changes I think folks are going to see in this plan is that we've dialed the community back into a more realistic land use point of view, if you will. We went back to the rural densities, our rural roots of our community. We're focused on putting growth and development where we feel it's appropriate, where we have the transportation, the infrastructure to manage that. Again, where our taxpayer dollars are spent more efficiently, managing that type of certain growth and development. And then leaving the rural for the sake of rurals. There's livestock, there's other agriculture issues and needs, and quite frankly, the 2003 plan had a lot of high-density encroachments planned for those rural areas where little to no infrastructure exists.
That wasn't good at all. No.
It was
Well,
problematic.
what it did
Yes.
is it lent itself to speculation.
Yes,
And,
okay. I see where
a lot of people were buying and selling on property on paper only, without actually having physical infrastructure in the ground to build buildings out of the ground. So,
Ouch.
and so that became problematic. And so we do have a higher than normal areas where there's just paper maps without infrastructure. And so we're trying to address that issue with this new plan. It's more of a realistic plan. I think 10 years ago it was more of a plan of speculation, if you will. And so, big things were happening at that time. Growth was just kind of going a little bit crazy.
I could still remember
And
that.
so,
yes.
and so, the planning at that time probably wasn't too out of focus, but with the recession and things of that nature, and where we're going to, we wanted a more managed growth plan in a rural setting. Each community has its own character, and so Pahrump has a character. We're not Las Vegas. We're a rural county, and we have that rural flavor, and people here cherish that, and they have their particular views and want that reflected in the plan.
Right.
Then one of the other major issues, I should say, is water. The focus on water and water availability, water quantity in our valley. We don't feel that it was appropriately addressed in 2003.
In what way?
With the higher density, with the amount of development that was proposed under those land use scenarios that were adopted, but subsequently, since 2003, we have been able to get more information on our water supply and the status of water in the valley, working with the State Engineer's Office, the Groundwater Management Plan Committee, the Nye County Water District. Right. So a lot of that preliminary information is also reflected in this document.
More information, more input, you have a better output. Yes.
Yes.
Modeling is more input. The models are better that way. Yes. Right. I used to work for the Yucca Mountain Project, and you can never have enough modeling. It's with wells. We have wells throughout the town of Pahrump also that tells us where the water is, the amount of water too, which we didn't have before. So these things hopefully will add to a better master plan than we had before.
The master plan, even according to the Nevada Revised Statute, is a living document, and it can be amended from time to time. 2003 to 2014 was probably a little bit too much time to wait, but should events change in our community, we can always adjust our plan in accordance to that. So I think right now this plan is addressing the community climate at this time under our current conditions that we have.
Right.
Interesting. Horse people, there's issues. Yeah, there's places for the horse people. Now I'm a horse person.
Absolutely.
We were happy.
We worked with a lot of the equestrian committees, and some of their goals and policies are reflected in 2 chapters. One is the recreation chapter, where we reflected a lot of their goals, policies, dreams, as well as in our transportation section. Borrowing out of Las Vegas Valley, they've done a lot on their rural preservation areas, creating a lot of equestrian trails mixed into an urban environment. So where other communities have done things well, we've tried to borrow that information.
So for a change,
use it to our benefit.
We're not reinventing the wheel for a change, hopefully, yes. We've had those issues before.
Well, we try to use good planning information to our
Very
benefit
good.
when we know it's going to help our
Yes.
community.
It's great to see what other people are doing and improve on that. I applaud you for that. Anything else we want to talk? We got about 2 or 3 minutes yet.
The steering committee, I just want to give them a big shout out. This group started with us in 2011 and has stuck through this process, meeting after meeting, grinding out the changes and the revisions and the thoughts and ideas that comprise this plan, and they have done a really fabulous job.
Yeah, they deserve a medal, for sure.
Great. So let's see, what is next in store? We have some more public comment.
The next meeting will be May 1st, which would be next Thursday at 1 o'clock at the Board of County Commission Chambers. So feel free to come, 1 o'clock next Thursday, May 1st. And that will be, we're given a lot of good input our last meeting, and the Regional Planning Commission went through each element, and we crossed our T's and dotted our I's, and hopefully we're going to present a document that they feel comfortable. Our chairman, John Koenig, will sign, and then we'll forward it on then to the Board of County Commissioners for ultimately adoption.
Okay. So good luck to you. Good luck to us. This is what it looks like. Hopefully you'll be able to see this at the library. I'll see if I can put it in some sort of a folder that we can access at the library. So we'd love to have something that we're happy with in this town. We need happiness here.
Thanks for having us, John.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
commend you on what you do. We've gone through a lot of this, and because we've been together for a long time with different committees and things. So it's been a rough road, but hopefully this makes it a little smoother. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and remember, when it's time to make some comment, please do that. And remember to go to the website to see more. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next segment.